Good afternoon. My name is Amalia Deligiannis, and I'm the editor of Plumbing Engineer magazine. This is day 2 of the AHR Expo in Las Vegas. And we are here again for another episode of PHCPPros Live. With me this afternoon, I have Dennis Stinson from Fujitsu General America.
Well, thanks for having us. Really appreciate the opportunity to come in and talk to you a little bit about some of our product offering.
Great. Why don't you tell us first a little bit about your role at Fujitsu as Vice President of Sales?
Yeah, so I get the pleasure of heading up our sales team at Fujitsu General America, and that will include our residential division and our commercial division. I've had the pleasure of being in this role for a couple of years now, been with Fujitsu about 6 years, and like most people in this industry, I started because my family was in the industry, so I'm over a 30-year industry veteran. We're responsible for North America, so we have United States, we have Canada, and we have the Caribbean as well.
Wonderful. And I know that Fujitsu General America, we're here today to talk specifically about Westinghouse. So could you tell us a little bit about, which is part of Fujitsu, so could you tell us a little bit about Westinghouse before we delve in?
Yeah, thank you, Amalia. So Westinghouse is one of our ductless product offerings.
Okay.
So at Fujitsu, we have a ductless product offering, we have a unitary product offering, we have commercial product offering, which is our variable refrigerant flow. And a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, we added in the Westinghouse product offering.
Okay.
So we found that we needed a second tier in the ductless space. That's an emerging market, one of the fastest growing segments of the industry that we get to enjoy, to participate in. So Westinghouse came into that, offering us a second tier in that product offering.
Well, that's great. So could you talk a little bit about the Westinghouse product line?
Yeah, so it's our ductless offering, and when we first brought it into market, we came in with wall mount product only. So we brought in a mid-tier and an entry tier. We wanted a price point, and then we wanted to step up in the SEER and efficiency on the product line. We brought in multi-zone systems, so as you know, they're available in single-zone systems and also in multi-zone systems as well. And that was all wall mount product when we first brought that in. So that would take us from 9,000 BTUs up to 42,000 BTUs in terms of capacity.
Okay, so does this round out your product offerings in terms of inverter heated heat pumps?
Yeah, absolutely. So all of our product are going to be inverter driven, so that changes the efficiency side of it. And we also know that with inverter capacity, that's the ability to ramp up and ramp down. So we're meeting exactly the load. So not only are we tremendously efficient, but we're also providing tremendous comfort as well.
Okay, so you mentioned that you are serving the United States, Canada, and the Caribbean. Which markets specifically, or which regions, are interested in this product line or use it most?
Well, really all of them. So what we know is that throughout the strategic electrification, which is throughout the United States, we're moving farther and farther away from fossil fuels for a variety of reasons. And this really started back in the 80s when we were looking to create a little greater independence on foreign fuel sources. So we're moving more and more towards electricity. And that gives us the ability to promote the heat pump side of it. So certainly we have some rebates coming from our utility companies and from our federal government to help entice the movement down the heat pump side. So one of the questions always is that when we first looked at heat pumps, they were really kind of chill chasers. They really, once you got to 38 degrees or 32 degrees, you didn't get a lot of heat out of them. But the technology has progressed to the point to where these are a whole home year-round solution, so that I can provide 100% heating capacity down to sub-zero temperatures and provide great comfort.
So what are the advantages of installing this sort of product versus a traditional heating AC unit?
So everything has its right place, right? So when we take a look at ductless product in and of itself, we look at incredibly high efficiency. So whether we know that the mandates in the United States are 13 SEER in the north and 14 SEER in the south for straight air conditioning, but really that is the smallest SEER capacity that we'll have. Most of our product is going to start around 16 SEER, take us up into the 20s and even into the 30s in terms of efficiency. So energy efficiency is good, but we also look at comfort too. So we know that when we zone with a ductless system, each individual room is controlled by the temperature that we set on the thermostat. So nobody's freezing, nobody's got blankets, and nobody's sweating. So it works out very well.
That's fantastic. So tell us a little bit about what's new with the line in 2022.
Yeah, it's exciting. It continues to grow. So like I said, when we first brought the product line into the market, it was all wall mount product. And we know that the market is very mature now. So certainly in multi-zone systems, we have stepped into ceiling cassettes and also ducted units. So we like to say that we have ducted ductless units now for the ability to move some air around the room. So we've expanded the multi-zone systems to include ceiling cassettes and ducted units, in addition to the stable of wall mount product that we have as well.
Wonderful, and I assume you're touting these products at the show?
Absolutely, and one of the other things that we introduced to that product line is a multi-position air handler. So it's a 3-position air handler, and that's going to carry high static, so that can be a direct drop-in for a traditional ducted system. So now a consumer, a contractor could promote and a consumer could enjoy extremely high efficiency of an inverter-driven horizontal condensing unit with high efficiency on the heat pump side.
Oh, that's wonderful. So how is the product, going back to the positioned in the market?
Yeah,
talk a little bit about that?
How that's positioned is we at Fujitsu General America, we have our Halcyon product line, which is our destination brand. We support that as you would support a destination brand, but we also saw that there was a great need in the marketplace for a high quality product with a world recognized name, as we have with Westinghouse, but then also to be competitive and allow a contractor partner to have 2 tiers in the marketplace. So not every time do you have to have the dealer-based product. Sometimes it's important to have a more competitive natured product, and that's what the Westinghouse product does for us.
Well, that's great. And could you talk a little bit about how the product is supported in terms of technical support, et cetera?
Yeah, so because we are Fujitsu, we can't do things less than full capacity. So what that means is that we have great training. We're known, our pillars are training and service. So that gives us the ability to train on application, installation, troubleshooting, and then certainly preventive maintenance. So we want everybody to be comfortable with the product, be able to put it in and apply it in the right place. And then we also have really outstanding industry-leading technical support. So we have a third of our staff count of Fujitsu is in the support side of the business. So we have fully staffed help support lines to be able to help a contractor. Should something go wrong, we got somebody on the other end of the phone that can help them walk them through it.
That's fantastic. Going back to the training side, do you offer, how is your training offered? Is it online? Is it web-based? Is it in person?
It's all the above. So what we really find is that everybody likes to learn a different way. And we all get busy, especially over the last couple of years. It's been tremendously busy. So we have the ability to do some online training. So you can go do a specific class, a video class there, and answer some questions at the end so we know that you paid attention. But then we also have the ability to participate in a live class. We love to do in-person class, and we love to do hands-on class. So we can progress you up through that through our training.
Okay, wonderful. So as we know, the pandemic has impacted all of us in many ways, shapes, and forms. In terms of supply chain, in terms of actually the ability to interact for the first time. We're getting together for the first time. Could you talk to us a little bit about how Westinghouse has rolled with the punches in regards to the pandemic?
Great question. So what we know is that the world's a different place today than it was a couple of years ago. And we know that the vast majority of ductless product is made offshore. So that'll get us into some supply chain logistics. And one of the interesting things that has happened since the pandemic started is that demand has tremendously increased. So we've seen our demand double and in some cases triple based on specific products. We've been able to keep up with this demand to bring the product in with the Westinghouse product line. It was an early launch for us. We were aggressive on our forecast coming in. We controlled distribution coming in, not to outpunt our coverage, if you will. So make sure that we opened up the right amount and set the expectations coming in. Great question, but we think that we managed the Westinghouse side of it pretty well in terms of what the expectations were for that to come to market.
Well, that's fantastic. So if there's anyone interested in learning more about the Westinghouse brand, where should they go and who should they talk to? Here or outside in the world?
Well, here we're certainly in booth C3934. We invite you to come by, say hello, and take a look at the entire Fujitsu product offering, and specifically the Westinghouse product offering. Our website is Westinghouse HVAC, so I would encourage you to go there and take a look at it. It's a really well done website. We got our literature up there. We've got our distributor locators, and as a contractor, I'd ask you to reach out to your supply house. We found the value of supply houses are even that much stronger during the last couple of years. So we rely on them for the information and the resources. Reach out to them and see if they know what's going on with Westinghouse and what those opportunities might be.
Great. So how are you personally enjoying the show this year? Is this the first time that you've gone to a show since the pandemic? Or no?
We've done some regional things, Amalia, but what we're finding is that the attendance at the show here is very, very good, surprisingly very good.
Right.
We didn't really know what to expect when we got here. We were committed to come and support our industry and get out and talk to our customers and talk to the media and spend some time with it. The show has been very well attended. Our booth has been busy pretty much all the way through the entire time, and we're just happy to be here and be back out and amongst our trade partners.
That's wonderful to hear. So if anyone would like to visit you at your booth, what is your booth number again? Let us.
Our booth number is C3934. We're located in the main hall, in the center hall that they call it here. So we encourage you to stop by and say hello to us.
All right. Is there anything you'd like to talk about in addition? Is there anything we should expect from your company in 2022 that we haven't talked about already?
No, I think we did a really good job covering everything that we have going on. We just want to thank certainly our distribution and our contractor partners for making Fujitsu and Westinghouse what it is today.
Wonderful. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a great afternoon. And thank you, everyone. We will be back in a few short minutes. So have a great day. Thank you.